Alright, we are back for round 2. I'll try to play a bit faster this time. That hand is kinda weird. It's not actually even that good. I'm gonna keep it though. It has the tools to be good. Just need to make a few draws. And worst come to worst, I can, sack that for white and O-ring something. It's not exactly what you want to be doing with a Black Lotus, but it's something I might have to do, I guess. Ooh, Plains was a great draw. So now I can enlighten tutor. For what though? Well, I don't really know. Maybe it's Run Dynamo. Or actually Slime Simulacrum. Yeah, Solemn is just... Is it better than Tran Dynamo though? I need my... Well, actually Tran is really good with Upheaval. Yeah, it's gonna be Tran Dynamo. My opponent might have a counterspell for that, but... What can I do? If they do, they do, I mean... Such is life. If they have a counterspell, they should counter that. They did not have a counterspell, I would assume now. I have the second blue of the Academy, so... Frantic Search, interesting. So maybe we are playing against a combo deck of some sort. Thing is, I need some sort of threat after the upheaval. Lightning Greave. So maybe a Reanimator deck actually. Interesting. I will certainly not upheaval next turn unless I have to. But maybe the turn after that. Best case scenario, I draw an Elspeth in the meantime, so I have a threat to use with. We'll see. I'd rather cast the O-ring after the upheaval, given what we saw. Bribery. Is my opponent going off here? A disc. Huh. Oh, now I do have a threat, actually. So let me think. I think I will upheaval now. The question is, how do I do it? So I can... This is 5 mana. I have 12 mana, so I'll have 6 mana after upheaval, which means I can Thran Dynamo into a 2/2 Walker. Or I could not play the Academy, and then I have the possibility to play... If I just upheaval of the Lotus and the Thran Dynamo, I'll have 4 mana left, which means I can recast the Dynamo, cast the Academy, and play a 2/2 Walker. So it's exactly the same thing, except that I have 1 more land to the battlefield, so I think it's better. Right? 4, 2... Yeah, it's slightly better. I guess I can actually... No, never mind. Yeah, it's a better plan. Hopefully it does work the way I want. Yeah, this worked. So now I recast the Dynamo. And I guess the Tolarian Academy. And I make a 2/2 Walker. And basically we'll restart the game with me having 5 mana plus a 2/2 onto the battlefield. Sounds like a good deal. Upheaval is a very, very, very sweet card. Doesn't give you the win right away, but you'll be put in a position where losing is gonna be really hard. Okay, white's not bad. It means I can cast one of my Planeswalker. I think I'm gonna start beating down over pumping that. I don't know which move is better. It also really depends on what I draw next, I guess. So there is that. Not the best upheaval ever, because I don't really have a good enough threat, but it's still pretty good. I don't think I can afford to O-ring that, just because I don't have a lot of actual removal in my deck, so I might have to keep the O-ring around. Thing is, my opponent might have some bounce spell, so it's the reason why I'm attacking with the Walker right now. The disc. Okay, well, disc makes me wanna make the Walker bigger, I guess. Duplicant, not a bad one. So I'm probably just pumping that now and passing the turn. My opponent's not very likely to blow up the disc right away, though. I guess it makes my O-ring pretty bad, which is an issue. Huh. I'm gonna attack now. Let's see if they want to take 3. Yes, they do. Don't really want to play Pentat Prism before the disc, and anyway, Pentat Prism is not doing much yet, so yeah. Not sure what my opponent is trying to do. So it's Mono Blue, Frantic Search, Lightning Greave, dot deck. Probably they have Schwental. Ooh, High Tide. Might get comboed out here. With Palinchron? Oh. I think that's what we are looking at right now. Time Spiral? Palinchron, yes. So my opponent does have infinite mana and infinite spell right now. Sweet, that's a sweet one. I don't have anything to do, so I'm just gonna F6 and see how they kill me. Probably with Brain Freeze. They still need to actually draw the Brain Freeze, though. It's a very sweet combo, though. No lie. They did have Time Spiral, so... Well, I got my upheaval back, so if my opponent doesn't kill me, they are gonna be in quite a lot of trouble. But I think after the Time Spiral, they should be able to find their whatever they need. Probably Brain Freeze. Sweet combo deck. Probably a fairly bad matchup for me, actually, because I'm not really fast enough to beat that. My opponent can still fizzle, like, they need to hit their thing. Oh, they got this another High Tide? Okay. Really have infinite mana now. So it's just a matter of, are they able to draw the Brain Freeze now or not? I'm just gonna concede when they show me Brain Freeze, but again, there is a slight chance they miss. I mean, there are 23 cards in their deck. Even if they have some Ponder and stuff like that around, it's likely that that they don't hit their Brain Freeze, so we'll see. Tamio, sure. I guess Tamio could draw my opponent 1 card. And again, if they don't kill me right now, Upheaval is gonna be pretty... Never mind, Upheaval is not gonna be anything. They kinda have to worry about the Mind Slaver though. And Duplicant is also annoying. Oh, they did not care about Upheaval, so they probably have to kill this turn, because Upheaval would kill my opponent. Or they have a counterspell, I guess. Yep. So I guess we are playing Upheaval, and they probably have a counterspell. I guess I can blow up the Dynamo in response. They probably just have a counterspell though. Hard casted Force of Will, yeah. I have a lot of lands around, which is really bad. Okay, my opponent did not kill me last turn though. Palinchron should be pretty good at killing me. They can't really recast that anytime soon though. Not sure what we will see. So I can forever bounce the click, which is probably not the best idea. Probably want to use my duplicant. Yeah. I've been drawing quite a lot of land off the high tide. I mean, no, the time spiral they use. So it's probably just a mono blue combo deck that has some other way to win. Ragdosiniat was not a good draw, if you wondered. If my opponent shows another counterspell, I might just concede. So I'm gonna eat that Vendilion Clique. Yes. And pass the turn. I mean, if Palinchron is their only way to kill me, I don't know. We'll see. At some point I might be able to kill my own Walker too, which would give me a bunch of top turns. Might just die from the Palinchron though. Having 5 land in hand is pretty brutal. Pretty sweet deck though that my opponent has here. If I Mind Slave them, then the disc is gonna be awesome for me too. Okay, what is that? Palinchron coming back now and blowing up that right now. I think it's a move I'm happy with actually. Had I been able to Mind Slave my opponent, I would have done that actually. And they cannot ultimate the Tamio next turn, so I don't know. I'm gonna be able to, well actually, well with the Palinchron as a blocker. Had I drawn a counterspell, it would have been really brutal for the opponent though. Yeah, Palinchron is kinda annoying to deal with. Should I get something back with my Academy runes? Could get back Hangaback Walker, but it's kinda getting bricked by Tamio. Oh, my opponent tapped a land, interestingly enough. Probably gonna get back a duplicant, and sure they will be able to get back their Palinchron, but it means I can swing in Tamio, which I like quite a lot. Let's play around these, shall we? Because if they get back the Palinchron, like, it's annoying, but I still have a 2/2. Yeah. What does happen if I say yes? Does the duplicant dies? I mean, yeah, actually the ability just fizzles, so never mind. Attack Tamio. I think one of the way I could lose that is if my opponent reached the Tamio's ultimate. Otherwise, it's like it's fine. All in all, so getting that hit here is really sweet. I guess now my opponent can choose to draw, but then it means I can kill Tamio most likely. I don't know. And since they already use Eye Tide, I don't know. They still have the time spiral. They could kill me. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Palinchron. Yup. Had I drawn less land, I would be in a better spot though, that's for sure. No, actually Time Spiral is removed from the game. So it's possible that my opponent cannot really kill me with anything but the Palinchron now? I don't know. Foff. Delver, that's a weird deck. I mean, it's kind of Storm, but with some random card to try to feed in. Probably want the Times Twister here. Yeah, that's what they took. The thing is, if they Time Twister and miss on the kill again, then I might get back my Upheaval, which is, you know, still my main way to win. Sword of Light and Shadow. That's pretty random. So I guess now I cannot kill Tamio. Oh. Before I top deck that, at least. I'm just gonna attack Tamio with that. If my opponent wants to chump with the Palinchron, I'm happy. If Tamio dies, I'm happy. I get rid of one of two pretty annoying permanent, no matter what happens. Yeah, sure. And I have my blockers back for the Delver. Thirst, well, that was a lucky one to get, I would assume. My opponent is soon gonna be milled, but I guess I have the Time Twister, so it doesn't really matter, right? Just gonna chump block here. No reason not to. And again, if they give me back my Upheaval, things could really go wrong. But I would assume that this time they will not most likely not miss on the kill. Though they don't, I really have the Eye-Tide Palinchron combo this time, so eating enough Storm might be hard. Time Twister, sure. Ooh, well, if they don't kill me, the Mind Slaver should be very, very, very bad for them. Frantic Search. You most likely want to cast that after using High Tide, so I don't know. Seems like a fairly desperate move. But they might just have the kill, I don't know. We don't know much about that. Probably just discarding 2 island, yeah. That's a very sweet and fun deck that my opponent has here. What would I get with the tutor? I don't know. Good news is that if they try to click me, then I can still tutor the Mindslaver, which is super funny. They might have a counterspell around. I could see that being something. Like, unless they storm, my opponent might be really in trouble to be able to kill me, though. They probably don't have thousands of ways to kill in their deck. Chalice for 2 is something fine. I just hope they don't have a 5 mana counterspell. That's... I think let's tutor up something. Maybe O-Ring is good. I'm gonna tutor O-Ring pretty much as a bait for the Mindslaver. Does that make sense? I think it does. So this is 3 mana. I don't have enough mana to do everything I want though. I'm just gonna bait a counterspell with O-Ring though. and see what happens here. Oh, it resolved. That's something I wasn't expecting very much. So I guess we are removing... Maybe? I'm gonna remove Tamu and start beating down my opponent, actually. I'm just gonna see if my Cloud Skate resolves. That might not resolve. Either way, everything is a bait for the Mindslaver, pretty much. They did have a counterspell. Yeah, fine. So I need to leave one blocker around to protect me from that thing. I can play Hang-a-Back Walker, I think, for 2. And they might have the kill next turn, just because of... I think if they did not have it last turn, they should not have it this turn, though. Maybe I should have O-ringed the Sword of Light and Shadow. I think my ticket out of this game is the Mindslaver, though, so I'm kinda glad I bait the Force of Will, but maybe they have a kill now. Either way, had I used the Mindslaver, they would have countered that, pretty much, no matter what. Okay, well... This is fairly bad thought for them. I guess I'm gonna make it this way. Yeah. Okay. Might take the Looter or the Maze. Maze Spell Pierce is kinda good, I guess. Maybe I should not have put both. While Spell Pierce is just not doing much in this game. Yeah, they took Spell Pierce and made of it. Maybe that... Yeah, maybe it was an error. My opponent is soon gonna get milled, though. And Time Twister... Yeah. I don't think they can win that turn. Maybe next turn, but not that turn. And hopefully next turn they'll be Mind-slaved. Because I have... Do I have... No, I just have enough mana to Mindslaver, pay for Spell Pierce, and yeah. No, I should be good. Mindslaver should be lethal. I just have enough mana to pay for the Spell Pierce. But I guess I should have worried about that before leaving them getting the Spell Pierce. I don't think I made the right pile with the disc, sure. Don't mind that. Can I afford to cast a Thran Dynamo? So if I do that, I'll have 4 mana of the Academy. And then... Yeah, I think it's even. Yeah. So unless they have another counterspell, we should Mindslave them, and that should be GG. I think, at least. Don't see my opponent deck being in a very good spot against Mindslaver. Yup. P1. This resolve. And that should be GG. I guess I'd rather just make a token actually, since they have the maze of it. Yeah, Mindslaver should be game. Yeah, they just conceded they don't really wanted to show me what they could do. Alright, that was a very long game, but we did it thanks to Mindslaver. Mental Misstep does counter High Tide. I think that's a pretty key card in that matchup. Pissing Diddle does beat Tamio and Palinchron, so I think it's pretty good too. Cards that are not did they show any enchantments? I don't think so. My opponent showed some artifact, not that many though. Cards that are not looking particularly good. Balance is kind of silly. The ability to potentially mind rack, you know, I mean, destroy their hand by dumping a bunch of stuff early on is good. Lodestone seems amazing in this matchup. Glen seems amazing. Duplicant is probably pretty bad. They have very few creatures. Yeah, some meat. I have some decent answer and some pretty good card against the Storm deck. I'm also faster than them if I have a good draw. So I don't think it should be too bad of a matchup. My Alban deck is super interesting though. Turn 1 Gideon seems like a nice threat. I can appreciate that. Workshop. Well, I have Mindslaver, so it's not a dead card. Though they do have Force of Will in their deck, but you know, such is life. If they have the Force of Will, it's slightly annoying, but I would lose 2 cards to two cards from my opponent, so it's pretty even. Yeah. Yeah, I traded my Lodis Gideon for Tamio Force of Will. I think it's an even trade. Greaves, okay. Not sure what Greaves is supposed to accomplish in this deck, but Scroll Rack was not bad, I guess. Still quite... It's really not a card I like a lot, but it's not bad, I mean. It's not bad. So next turn I can hardcast a Mindslaver. I think I'm just gonna do that over doing any other shenanigans. Like my opponent already used Force of Will, it means I can Mindslave them next turn, and I think it's gonna be pretty crucial turn. I mean, you know, in the best case scenario, you'd rather pay 10 and do everything on the same turn, but here I think it's worth trying to Mindslave them next turn. They might have a counterspell though. Another one, which you know would be, it'd be what it'd be. I mean, not a whole lot I can do. Thing is, if they use all their counterspell now, an upheaval is likely to be lethal pretty soon. Since they thirst, they probably have maybe a Daze in their deck, because Force of Will has already been used. Discarded Chalice. That's a shame that you cannot use Workshop for artifact ability. That'd be amazing. Frantic Search. So my opponent is now gonna try to go off this turn, and I don't think it's likely they can go off this turn with what they have. So yeah, I don't know. But if they don't, I'm just gonna wreck their hand with the Mindslaver. Bribery is not good against me, by the way, but they don't know that, obviously. Okay, well, that was a pretty good top deck, no lie. Okay. I guess I can counter that now, but don't really care. Yep. And Mindslave you. And pass the turn to myself. Oh, my opponent doesn't have match going on here. Sure. Yeah, I mean, it's not the best Mindslaver of all time, obviously, but I mean, alright, alright. Still decent, I guess, kind of. So, well, that was a good draw because I can fetch a threat in Hangaback Walker, which is good. And, you know, be able to do some stuff, basically. Yes, I think it's my best threat, right? Yeah. Now, 2. Yeah, I can put a 4/4 onto the battlefield. Seems good. Yeah, I have 6 power onto the battlefield. That's a fairly decent threat. My opponent cannot time spiral next turn. And you know, time spiral is like not enough to win. It's most of the time you won't already have to cast some stuff before you time spiral. Should I Pitting Needle something right now? If yes, what would that be? Maybe Palinchron. I think that stops a lot of stupid stuff that my opponent could do. Yup. Because a lot of way they can kill me without many mana is by using Palinchron High Tide. I think without that they cannot really do much. And here if they actually time spiral, they give me 7 cards. And without the Palinchron available, I'm not even sure they can do a very good kill. I don't know. They probably have to do that, kind of. They are not dead yet, though. Ooh, Archmage. If my opponent passes the turn, whew, between Lodestone Golem and Archmage, it's gonna be pretty much over. I can also Sphinx Rev for 4. Luthoril Core. Don't care about that at all. Oh, sure, you have Greaves. Yeah. Yeah, whatever. If they pass the turn here, I don't think they will ever be able to beat Lodestone plus Glen Elendra, though. So, should be good. I'm also drawing 4 more cards end of turn. And I don't think 4 mana is enough for them to go off, especially without any Palinchron shenanigans available. Ooh, Compulsive. I mean, Tolarian Academy is very good here. A lot of free mana. I can appreciate that. I don't think my opponent can beat a Lodestone plus Glen Elendra Archmage. Seems extremely unlikely. And they will have to counter that if they can. Fofin response, okay. I guess Click is kinda annoying. Don't care about Bribery or Delver. They took both though, interesting. So now I can cast that, bouncing a land just to slow them down a bit more and reduce the amount of mana they are working with. Cast a Glen Elendra Archmage, and honestly the Archmage should be lethal basically. I don't really see them beating Archmage with their deck and killing me before I can kill them. And I have lethal next turn. I think between Lodestone and Archmage it's like impossible for a combo deck to go off. Sure, you can loot, but I don't think there's any spell in the entire world that would save you right now. Like, if they want to kill me with the Brain Freeze, they need to cast at least 4 other spell, I think. No, 5 other spell through a lodestone. And I can counter a few copies of the Brain Freeze, if we come to that. I don't think there's a way out here. Pretty much the lock. Okay. Well, maybe not. Maybe they can do... I don't really see them doing match, though. Lodestone and Archmage is such a hard lock to combo deck. And I'm not even close to being mealed by any mean. Even if they get a bunch of very cheap spells they can cast through the Lodestone, then I can just counter 2 copy of Brain Freeze and not die? Yeah, sure. And nothing actually happened. And now the opponent is very dead on board. I guess I'm gonna kill the Delver just to make sure. But even with the Delver onto the battlefield, I don't really see them doing much. Repeal my Walker. Yeah, I mean, you're still very dead, so you can repeal that, I don't mind. Anything that doesn't save them, or, you know, I'm not gonna bother countering. Anything that doesn't save them or doesn't kill me is not getting countered, even though I could have countered the repeal. Okay, so we also beat Mono Blue combo apparently. Sweet. Those games were super long, but pretty interesting and very different from what I've been experiencing in Cube Draft recently, so it was definitely nice for me. Hope you guys enjoyed too, and I see you in 2 minutes for the final.